The reason we do exercises like the one that was here today is to work with community partners to practice response and preparation for events, whether it's an event like we did today or some other type of event that requires us to work together between fire, EMS, law enforcement, and in this case the military as our partnering agency, to make sure that we are better prepared to respond to all hazards of emergencies we might come into contact with.
Meade County Squad is there for 4655 Lexington, the Army Reserve Training Center. Callers reporting 4 males just got out of a truck with masks and guns, possibly went into one of the buildings.
2971.
This was a wonderful opportunity to work with our local law enforcement and really partner with them to allow our soldiers to understand really the civilian skills that they have do transfer over to an emergency situation, especially in the unlikelihood that this occurrence would happen here.
Emergency management is the field of government that brings together every public service and public safety agency in order to reduce the likelihood of something happening, responding to that disaster or emergency, recovering from it, and then mitigating against the effects. It involves partners from throughout government and the private sector, and in fact the entire community.
We'll get you there.
We've had basically a mass casualty type event take place with the community involvement as a training scenario. And this scenario involves my soldiers at this facility here at Arden Hills with the purpose of looking upon how we would react with an active shooter and also the community emergency response program that would be required if a mass casualty event took place.
Homeland security begins with hometown security, and the men and women of the United States military are part of our hometown.
Planning has to start at least 6 months out, and then you have to finalize the plan. And just when you think it's going to work, you got to have all the players show up and participate.
The biggest challenge we had to overcome was simply the act of working with so many agencies. An exercise like this took almost a year to put together.
We do the preparatory training in a classroom environment to a real-world participation in the event. The planning, the preparation, the months in advance of coordinating effort with everyone in the community, as well as the individual soldiers and their actions necessary to provide immediate treatment and care for the other fellow soldiers that are injured.
A big success today is our partnering with the United States Army in a first-of-its-kind exercise here in Minnesota, and to show that civilian law enforcement, emergency management, emergency responders can work with the military to learn from one another on how to better respond to things like an active shooter or other types of hazards that we may encounter together.
It's critical that they learn how to respond properly, respond with other agencies properly, and to work as a team in otherwise uncontrolled and uncontrollable situations.
We thank not only the members of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Department, but all the other local law enforcement and rescue EMS agencies that were able to participate today.